More to come from him though, but nobody clear so far.
Well, the men's 800 metres, we've already had the fastest time in the world, over 2 laps in the ladies' version. There's the lineup. Mbuleni Malautsi of South Africa in very good form. He has lane 4 to himself in this pretty big field, frankly. He is the world champion, of course, Malautsi, and rounding into shape. Mr. Consistent, I'd like to call him. Several of these other athletes in great form, none more so than Abubakar Kaki Kamis there, the young Sudanese, who is out in lane 7 on his own. He's won his last 3 races. His last loss was to Rudisha in Oslo. This is Bilal Mansour Ali, 7th in the Olympic 1500 metres. He's raced very, very little this year as Ali, but he is a 1:44 man at best. Jackson Kivuna and Abraham Kiplagat, both of Kenya, both 1:44, 1:45 standard runners. Then in lane 3, Boaz Lalang and David Torrance of the USA. There's Malautsi, very powerful, the South African. The world champion from last summer in a wonderful piece of tactical racing. Just controlled the race, led the whole way from gun to tape. Just accelerated throughout the race, kept winding it up, and they couldn't get back to him in Berlin. Nick Simmons goes in lane 5. The American also in very good form. A season's best in Paris 6 days ago. He won the US title a month back and a 1:44.9 last week in the Stade de France. He'll put up a good performance here tonight. Lise Et is a Monegasque there to the right, a picture in the red. Big cheer for him. He was 3rd in the French Championships recently, although his season's best 1:48.5. He shares a lane with Jeff Lastenay, who was 2nd in the French Championships. This is the pre-race favourite though, Abubakar Kami. We shouldn't read too much into that after the demise of Dimas in the 400 hurdles and 1 or 2 others tonight. And the pacemaker Davis Robinson of the USA goes out in lane 8. The target time for him at halfway, 49.2. It's quick. Kaki, always confident, always aggressive. Clear world number 2 at the moment behind Rudisha. So is it Kaki against the clock? Away they go, very slow out of his blocks there. Malautsi just easing into his running. He lost a couple of metres on half of them. Outside him in the green, Nick Simmons, who is always a strong finisher as well. But Malautsi gets into his running now. Davis Robinson down the back straight has started quickly. 49.2 is really swift, and Kaki stays right in his heels. He'll go through in around 49.5, 49.7, and that will lay it down nicely for a very, very quick time and a glorious evening here. The clouds have just settled down almost to stillness as they go round the top bend there, and you know it's quick when you see that after 250 metres. Single file with this strong lineup. Kaki, the world number 2 in 2nd place. The world champion Malautsi in 3rd place. Lalang there in 4th in the blue and yellow.
Well, it's good to see that Kaki has at least gone with the pace this time, which he didn't on 1 or 2 other occasions in his Asprit. 49.4, that's super fast. Malautsi right there with him. We could be in for a real classic here. Malautsi versus Kaki, and Kaki's got to be brave and really go for it down the back straight, otherwise he could come under real pressure in the home straight from Malautsi.
My reading of this race, Steve, was that Kaki would do exactly this. Go out hard, work hard, although he's grimacing there with almost 300 to run. And Malautsi's challenge was to try and stay in contact. I think if Malautsi is there with 100 to go, this next 100 metres is critical around the bend. If the South African in blue is with him with 100 to go, I think Malautsi could have him, but he's beginning to open up a bit of daylight. Look at this, really aggressive running from young Kaki. In 3rd place, Lalang's not spent yet. They're all there, they're queuing up. Simmons isn't far back, and he's in 6th, 5th or 6th. Now they come into the straight. Kaki kicks again from the front as he did last week in Paris. Malautsi's trying to get back, but it's still a metre down. Lalang coming through, he's not going to get there. It's a great win for Kaki, 1:43.11. Still way, way off the 1:41 performance from Rudisha a couple of weeks back, but nonetheless a great run from Kaki. He's winning, winning, winning. That's his 4th straight victory, and he's doing it from the front, you have to say. It's brave running from the youngster, but at the moment, I know he's ambitious and keen to get down to the 1:42, 1:41 territory, currently inhabited by Rudisha. But at the moment, there's this sort of ghost of Rudisha hovering over every arena where he races. And unfortunately, Kaki's falling short. 1:43.10, a fabulous time, but Rudisha would have been 10 or 12 metres down the track. It was a great race nonetheless.
Well, it was, and we're coming from behind to attack him, and I love to see an athlete hold off the attacks. However, I would say that this was not the best we've seen from Kaki, and I think he has got little chance of really pushing Rudisha on this sort of form. You're right, Tim, 300 to go. He looked as though he's already working hard, but he's got guts, the young man, and he fought hard. You can see how much he's fighting for this. Look at him compared to Malozzi, who always looks kind of serene, but he can't get there. He must have thought, top of the home straight, I've got you here, I've got you tonight. But he's strong, not only in the body, but strong in the mind as well. So well done, Kaki. Sometimes you just have to dig a little bit deep when it doesn't come so easily. He's a hugely talented athlete. Tonight he just had to work a little harder than you might have expected. Lalang probably just getting up on the line to beat Malozzi, was very close. We'll clear that up in just a second. Kavuna was finishing quickly as well. But can't wait to see Kaki race against Rhodesia again, although I suspect unless he gets a little better, Rhodesia will come out on top.